this chicken online. It cost $27,000. Thirsty. That water's stale. This is such an interesting pin. Oops. Hi, I'm Jean Ettick, and welcome back to GNN, Genetics News Network. Today we are going to be looking at the Adams/McConnell family genetic traits. So, the Adams family is Layla's dad's family, and the McConnells is Layla's mom's family. So, we're just going to be looking at that, all the genetic traits. We're going to be looking at a graph and a family tree and some of the health stuff, and we're going to be playing a game and have some live footage. So, but the first thing on our list is to see a short presentation from Professor Nuke Lias about a cell diagram. Professor Nuke?
Thank you, Jean. Today I show you cell. Inside cell, nucleus. Nucleus is middle of cell. Inside nucleus, 23 pair of chromosomes. Each chromosome is made up of the double helix DNA. And DNA is made up of the bases A, T, G, and C. That is a cell. Back to you, Jean.
Thanks, Nuke. That was wonderful. Now I will show you a graph of all the genetic traits that we tested for to see how many people have each trait. So, let's get started. Alright, here behind me you see a graph of all the genetic traits. So, our first trait is 3 earlobes. So that means that your earlobe, like mine, is not completely attached to the rest of your face. The next trait is tongue rolling, which I'm pretty sure you probably know what that means. The next one is dimples, then right-handed, freckles, curly hair, cleft chin, allergies, left over right, which means that when you clasp your hands together like this, your left thumb is over your right thumb. But mine is not. My right thumb is over my left thumb. But that's what that means. See red and green, so not colorblind, straight hairline, and PTC tasting. So PTC is basically, it's a chemical that some people's genetics allow them to taste it and others don't. So we tested to see which of the Adams-McConnell family members could taste it and which ones could not. So I'm going to be talking about a few specific traits. I'm going to be talking about 4 specific traits. Those are going to be freckles, the left over right, tongue rolling, and PTC tasting. In the family, 4 people do have freckles and 7 do not. Moving on to tongue rolling. So 8 people can roll their tongue and 3 cannot. Okay, now we're going to be looking at the left thumb over right thumb. That was a bit confusing to me the first time, but like I explained earlier, it's where when you clasp your hands together like this, your left thumb is over your right thumb. But I do this. So the left over right, 7 people could, or not could, but do, and 4 people do not. And then the next and last one is PTC tasting. So 7 people could not taste it and 4 people could. I believe that's all that I have for you on that. So let's move on to the next section. Alright, so now I'm going to be talking about, we made a family tree of all the traits. So for this particular one, we only did 4 genetic traits, and those are PTC tasting and non-PTC tasting, tongue rolling and non-tongue rolling, freckles and no freckles, and allergies and no allergies. So those are the 4 that we did, and you can see how close people are together for those. So generally, lots of times people say that lots of people in the family look alike, and on this tree, the people that look alike are generally clumped together. Like Vanessa and Layla are literally on the same branch at the bottom. So they come off of PTC tasting, non-tongue rolling, no freckles, and no allergies. So yeah. And then you can see that Rachel, Erin, and Kopka are all clumped together. The only thing that separates them is allergies and no allergies. But people say that they look very similar a lot. And so you see that they're all clumped together. And then at the top, you see Tom, Chris, Nana, and Nicole, who, so Nicole and Tom are only separated by allergies and no allergies. And then, well, you see, okay, so they all could roll their tongue, whereas Nana could not, but she does not have allergies. So she's like Tom, but she cannot roll her tongue, like Tom can. And then Chris is actually not part of the Addams family, but it's weird that he's clumped together with all of them. So that's that. And then Mimi and Papa are all off by themselves. So yeah. So those are just the 4 genetic traits that we tested for. Well, not tested for, but saw and put on this tree here behind me. And so yeah, now we're going to go to a commercial break, and I'll see you back in a little bit.
Have you ever said to yourself, what should I read today? If so, I have a book for you. The Unofficial Harry Potter Cookbook. It's very fun and entertaining and has over 150 recipes for a magical dinner. To turn your regular dinner into something magical. Buy the Unofficial Harry Potter Cookbook for $27,000 on Amazon.com or at your local bookstore. Thanks for watching. We will now return to your regularly scheduled program.